Hello, hello, hello. I just want to wish you an amazing Shabbos. We have a very special Shabbos. It is Shabbos Mevarchim. We're going also into the new book of the Torah, the book of Devarim. And the book of Devarim represents the ultimate, basically, objective of God. We had occasion to mention it's like, imagine you are driving a car and you also have a GPS. So two things are happening. You're listening and you're driving. And that's the goal of life. You have to be driving life, you have to be going forward using your mind, but at the same time you have to be listening to the hints of God. And ultimately, as all the talks of the Rebbe teach, these two realities where the voice of God and the voice in your own mind are able to merge. And this is the new Messianic reality. Today, 62% of the world believe they have a personal relationship with God, and therefore we are in the early stages of the Messianic times. The world is infinitely better than it ever was, and even though, of course, the media brings all the tragedies to your door, which you shouldn't be looking at because it gives people anxiety and depression, and why should you bring that upon yourself? Bad enough that there are other issues in this world. But also, it is not true, because when you look at it statistically and relative to the past, never before have we been more freedom. Never before, as Jewish people, has there been more freedom to be Jewish, has been more Hasidus revelations of God, the highest levels accessible, and very soon, please God, we know that it says in the month of, which is the month that we're going into, and the Shabbos blesses it, the temple was destroyed in order that in the month of, God would rebuild it. And this will be the first stage, the coming of the temple. First, it will come to 770 Eastern Parkway, the last synagogue of the Rebbe of the generation, and then it will go with clouds, it will transport to Jerusalem. So, as the Baal Shem Tov teaches, that once there was a king who was a magician, and he said, I'm going to make a feast for the whole country. Now, most people didn't know he was a magician, so they didn't get ready, but the ministers who knew immediately were ready, because they knew in 1 second he could snap his fingers. And the same thing is, be ready, because in 1 second God will snap his fingers and we will have the resurrection of the dead, we will have the Beis HaMikdash, we will have clouds, and an infinitely great world will come. And the main thing is, ask yourself, because now you get to choose your job. Just by making a real resolution that you're going to keep, you can determine your life forever. Once we're in heaven, it's too late. The choice, the time of choice is now. So choose wisely now. Have a beautiful and amazing Shabbos.